Internet, Eric here. Well, it's still 4th of July week here on the channel. My plan is to upload videos where I discuss films that are either 4th of July related or America related, stuff like that. Sunday, I did a Bloody Sunday discussing a death from the movie Armageddon, and you can't really get more America than Bruce Willis. Today, I am talking about America again in a film that not a lot of people have heard of. That's why this is going to be one of have you ever seen videos, because I think this movie deserves an audience. It's Super America. It's about a president, and there's werewolves thrown in because why the fuck not? Today we're talking FDR, American Badass. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you, all that crap. I think this came out in 2012. We're basically following FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He is played by Barry Bostwick, and the movie starts him and his hunting party are out hunting, and they come across a werewolf just because. Werewolf attacks, kills one of the party members. Like he might kill 2 or 3 other. I'm not sure. And before he is killed by FDR, who just happens to have silver bullets in his gun, he is bitten on the legs. And what happens is after he goes to the hospital, he is basically told by the doctor, in his own words, "You got the polio." And then the rest of the film is him trying to take down Hitler and Mussolini and Hirohito, who you find out are also werewolves. And it's a bunch of shit thrown against the wall, and lots of good things stick. I have a lot of fun with this movie. I saw it for the first time maybe last year. I just watched it for the hell of it. And then I bought the Blu-ray, watched it again for a podcast, and now this is the 3rd time I've watched it, and I'm still having fun. First off, Barry Bostwick as FDR. Lovable asshole. He knows exactly, but Bostwick does, he knows exactly what he's in when it comes to this movie. He knows you don't take one goddamn thing serious. And that's great because, again, once he's told by his doctor that he's got the polio. That's literally what the doctor says. "Frank, I'm sorry, but you got the polio." He literally looks at the doc and says, "But doc, does my cock still work?" So that's all he cares about. Women, partying, and then kicking ass later on. Bostwick, he so many great scenes, and he's got great chemistry with all these actors. Does it say his name? Barry Bostwick. Bruce McGill. Bruce McGill plays his assistant, I guess you would say. Bruce McGill, you know him, he was D-Day in Animal House. They work well together. He is more of the, I guess you would say, straight man, putting up with FDR's bullshit, but so much fun. He's great too. Lynn Shay plays Eleanor Roosevelt, and she's always good for the most part, other than Critters 2. She's really good. She and Frank are having marital problems because ever since he's gotten the polio, they haven't had sex, even though his cock does work, because the doctor made sure that the nurse performed a few tests. And then, of course, FDR just goes, looks at her. Because every time he takes off his blanket, he's got little kids' legs, and they literally, they shake like this. It's fucking hilarious. It's a lot. I think it's a better joke here than when they do the little leg thing in the Deadpool movies. But that's what she did. It's basically her arguing with FDR a lot. Like I said, Bruce McGill is good. Who else is in this? We have that at least we want to talk about. Kevin Sorbo. Eventually, FDR finds a bunch of drugs, and he gets high, and he is visited by the ghost of Abraham Lincoln, played by Kevin Sorbo. This is just a hilarious fucking scene. Say what you want about Sorbo and what he says online. I don't care whether you're for or against him. You do what you want. He is awesome in this movie. He's so much fun. Again, so self-aware. And they're flying through the sky, higher and shit. Seriously, Sorbo is literally flying like Superman. You know what I mean? Stretched out. Flying like Superman. Stretched out. And he's pushing FDR in his wheelchair like this. And you see them flying through the sky like this as they're getting high. So great. He's so much fun. Bud, whatever his name is, shows up as his secretary. What's his name? The guy who played Jar Jar Binks. He shows up because eventually they go to Georgia, and he is a slave who who actually defends his slave owner in a hilarious scene, and he says, I'm going to go outside and play with the basketball, and you find out he's just doing Harlem Globetrotter shit. So much fun. Albert Einstein shows up. I don't know who else is in this. What the fuck is his name? Ray Wise from RoboCop. He's in it. He plays some soldier. I don't remember. Someone big important name. He's great. The only other person I've noticed that I want to mention is when we meet Hitler and Mussolini and Hirohito, Paul Ben Victor. Paul Ben Victor plays Mussolini. And first off, you know what you're getting into when you see these fucking werewolves. They look awful on purpose. They're like worse than Teen Wolf. You know what I mean? They look like Wookiees with like dark noses. And I'm not talking about like adult Chewbacca's. I'm talking like lumpy. You know what I mean? From fucking the Star Wars holiday special. But they're hilarious. Hitler is great. Hitler, great. There's a soundbite where me saying Hitler is great. He's hilarious. And most of his scenes, and Hirohito and Mussolini, they're on the phone with each other. And there's always like a switchboard. They're trying to connect to each other. And we see, the red line going from here to there. And every time it goes to Italy, you hear, that's amore, whenever the line connects. Paul Ben Victor, as funny as the three werewolves are, he is hilarious. Every time you need an Italian scumbag, you get Paul Ben Victor. Whether it's Daredevil, House Guest, any type of mafia movie he's been in, he's hilarious. And he's got some of the most obscure and hilarious werewolf makeup. He's bald, and he's only got like mutton chops that stick out to here. He's got the black nose and the hands and stuff like that. But he's fucking funny too. Hilarious. The three of them together, they're always picking on Hirohito. I love it. The comedy in this, like I said, is fantastic. I mentioned That's Amore stuff. I love when FDR, he's going from place to place, running for president, trying to get votes. And it's old-timey footage, like the grayish, brownish type of picture. You have the old-timey, like, piano music playing. He meets Tommy on the docks, and he learns about how life is tough, and his girlfriend Gina works the diner all day. They take the dialogue from Living on a Prayer, put it in the movie. Fantastic. Eventually, FDR gets the Delano 2000, which is basically, we got machine guns here, rockets here. He just kicks fucking ass. Oh, so much over-the-top stuff. Eventually, he's flying a plane by the end of the fucking movie, bombing everything. It's so much fun. Don't take it serious, obviously, with a name like this. Now, there are some really fucking stupid parts in this. All right? There's an ongoing joke where they hate their son. They're always picking on their son. And when FDR wins the presidency, everybody's celebrating. FDR's pouring milk all over himself. What's his name? What did I say his name was? Bruce McGill. He's like, chugging candy. Lynn Shay, she's taking her bra off and swinging it around. And then their son just shits in a jar. And that's like an ongoing joke. So if you like shit humor, this is for you. If you're not like me, you'll fucking hate it. The Southerner, who I mentioned, he's hit and miss. I'm at best. That's Jar Jar, who plays the slave. He's hit and miss. Sometimes you'll really like him. Sometimes you'll fucking hate him. So his wife is kind of funny because she's a swinger. She bangs everybody there. Overall, though, there's not that much. It can kind of lose its steam, I guess you would say, halfway through. After he wins the presidency and he's fighting prohibition and stuff like that. I mean, we do see him taking body shots off of naked women and stuff like that. That's funny. But until the werewolves show up, the access powers or whatever it is kind of slow, and you might have to like push yourself through. But once those three fuckers are on screen, the ongoing joke, like there's a sequence where they want to turn everybody in America into werewolves. So they're going to send some Italian wine and some German beer into America during Prohibition with werewolf blood inside it. And then they talk to Hirohito, and he says, "Oh, I'm going to send my famous sake." And they just talk about, sake's only for like, gay people and women and, wimps and stuff like that. So it's an ongoing joke where he's always the butt of their jokes. Love it. And then there's a cool scene where FDR, in his Delano 2000, he's blowing away the werewolves that are trying to bring that into the country. It's stupid as shit, but you know what? I love this movie. Just based on Barry Bostwick as FDR alone. You know what you're getting into, A, with the title, and B, when the movie starts off and you're reading, you're being told, narrated, while you're reading some text on the screen. And it's talking about, it says this movie is based on a true American badass. How do I know? Because I was him. Love, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Some bullshit like that. Lots of fun. The gore is over the top with the bites and, you know, blood splattering on faces and stuff like that. Oh, there is another dumb scene. Eventually, FDR's like secretary falls in love with him, wants him, and then there's like scenes involving ketchup and mustard on his legs, and it's fucking stupid. So I warned you. But overall, I fucking love this movie. And if you can turn your brain off, like I said, with the title and this picture, you know what you're getting into, and he's fighting fucking werewolves. I think you'll love this film, if you're into that stuff. Barry Bostwick is great. Kevin Sorbo as Abraham Lincoln is so much fun. Again, the Access powers, the three werewolves are great. Even when they're, and you know this changes history. Even just, you know, not just the werewolf shit. Like they're shooting everybody. They're in Italy together on the ground, you know, trying to kill FDR. It's so much fun. You know what I mean? So much fun. So if you like stupid shit, I highly recommend FDR, American Badass. This cost me $10 on Amazon. Take a fucking chance. So that's it. There's my America video for this week. I got a couple more planned. I'm not going to say what they are just in case I don't do them. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Click the bell. Comment below. Tell me if you've seen this film. Tell me if you love it. Tell me if you hate it. Tell me if you think I'm full of shit for loving this film. Whatever. It's hot. I just got done working at a factory over 100 degrees. I'm out of here. I'm going to go chug some water, eat some food, and then pass out. Until then, cheers. America.